My name is Elza Aditya from Senior High School 1 Nganjuk. Today, I'd like to tell you a story, and the title is The Legend of Banyu Wangi. Well, once upon a time, in the eastern part of Java Island, there was a kingdom named Blambangan. Blambangan Kingdom was a strong kingdom. They had many good soldiers and exactly a great king. The king's name was Prabu Menak Prakoso, who had a son named Raden Banterang. Raden Banterang was a handsome and brave man. One day, the king asked to his son, "My son, we have to expand our territory to increase our power. And I ask you to kill the king of Klungkung." And the next day, Raden Banterang left for the battlefield. And there was war between these two kingdoms. "I will not let my kingdom fall for Blambangan," said the king of Klungkung. But the king of Klungkung couldn't stand anymore because he was unable to resist the power of Raden Banterang. And in the rest of his breath, he said to his god that he had tell his children to go out of this kingdom and stay alive. Sadly, the god went to the palace. He said, "Our beloved king was killed on the battlefield. He asked me to make sure his children safe and escape from this kingdom. Please run as far as you can and stay alive, your majesty." Surati cried and she didn't know what to do. But her brother was a strong man. He ran from this kingdom and brought Surati with him quickly. But guys, do you want to know who was Surati? So, the king of Klungkung had two children named Agung Bagus Mantra and Ida Ayu Surati. They grew up to be the ruler of Klungkung. But they got their unlucky things, and unfortunately, they must left from their beloved kingdom. They ran into a deep forest, but the weather wasn't good. The storm came and separated them. "Brother, where are you? How can I live alone in this forest?" Surati, confused and frustrated. She had to survive her own and found her brother soon. Day by day, Surati almost dying. But how surprisingly, a man found her lying on the ground unconsciousness. This man, amazed with the beauty of Surati, he wanted to take her to his village. And do you know, guys, who was it? This was Raden Banterang. Raden Banterang treated Surati as good as he can until she recovered. And one day, they found that they were in love. Surati, maybe it's something awkward to say, but I will say it anyway. So, will you marry me? And of course, Surati accepted the proposal of Raden Banterang. And finally, they got married. Surati became a part of Blambangan Kingdom. After marriage, they lived happily, without knowing that Raden Banterang was someone who killed Surati's father. And in a sunny day, a beggar came to Surati. How surprised she was! She realized that the beggar was her brother. She took him to her room quietly. She was so sorry, to look her brother look shabby. And Agung Bagus Mantra told all the story. Then he said, Surati, don't you know who killed our father? That's your husband, Bantarang! Kill him, Surati! Surati was shocked. I didn't believe what she was hearing. But she rejected her brother's request to kill her husband and still want to live with him. And then her brother left from Blambangan. He was very angry with Surati and came up with a sly idea to slander Raden Bantarang. He claimed that Surati was a bad girl who had another secret relationship. What are you doing yesterday night outside? What do you mean, dear? I cooked for our dinner with some servants. But they kept arguing. Asking for compassion, Surati tried to tell the truth and denied her husband's accusation. Hearing his wife's explanation, Raden Bantarang became angrier and angrier. What a shame thing to have such a bad wife like you. I never thought it before. But the truth, you're a liar. As a proof of her scared love, Surati asked her husband to kill her. And as her last request, Surati asked her husband to throw her dead body into the river. She said, if the water in the river smelled terrible, it meant that I had been ever sinful. But if it smelled fragrant, it meant that I was innocent. Raden Bantarang, who was unable to control his emotion, soon stabbed his cuirass on his wife's chest. She died instantly. And the dead body of Surati was quickly thrown into the dirty river. Amazingly, as soon as the corpse of Surati was thrown, the water became very clear and fragrant. That made Bantarang gasp. He walked unsteadily and fell into the river, screaming, Banyu! Wani! Surati! You're right! You're truly my loyal wife! Forgive me, Surati! But audiences, it was too late. And Surati would never come back. Well, now, this area was famous as Banyu Wangi. That means fragrant water. What we can learn from this story are: first, never easily judge others without knowing the truth. Second, keep telling the truth, although it hurts you. And the last is, since honesty is the best policy. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. At last, I say, Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye.